Welcome to Hotel Room Review, and today we're in the Holiday Inn Bloomsbury. Now we're in room number 462, and as you can see it's right at the very end of a corridor. There is just a room at the end for servicing, but as we go inside we can see that actually this is very similar to a room I've already done on Hotel Room Review, because I've done this hotel before and it was a similar room. The only difference is that this room is one of the new refurbished rooms. Now I'm going to be honest and say at this point you might not see much of a difference from the last one I did, which wasn't a refurbished room, and I'll go through the room with you and show you the difference that I've seen. Now, first of all, we're going to the bathroom. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is we're looking into, I think it's a really small bathroom. It's the usual toilet, sink, obviously mirror over the sink, and this one, surprisingly, for a refurbished room, and I'm coming behind and actually shutting the door because it's so small, this bathroom, that you can't really do much unless you've got the door shut. Okay, so surprised that this is a refurbished room and yet it's got a bath, because most have just gone for the new showers, most hotels. There is obviously a shower there and it works and it's really good. You can tell it's a good shower. The difference I've spotted in here from the last room, which wasn't a refurbished room, is it's obviously being newly tiled. The air conditioning is not in the centre of the wall as it was in the last room. It's actually up there, the vent to get the steam out. And also the toilet flush in the other room was the pull handle type, the type that you pull the handle down. This, as you can see, is a flush, a push flush. So that is the only differences I've really noticed, that you've got new modern tiling. I can't say it's different colour because it was white, a different place for the vent and a push toilet. Now going back into the main room, again this is a double because it's got a double bed, but there's not a lot of room, and I've stayed in this hotel now for, let me think, probably the last 7 or 8 weeks, each week for the last 7 or 8 weeks, and all in obviously in different rooms. Everyone is identical. The other difference, the curtains here are grey, the other curtains are brown in the non-refurbished. The light, I think, is pretty poor. It's quite dark in here. Obviously it's night time, but there's only the 2 bedside lights and 2 tiny spotlights above the door. The TV's okay, that's really good, decentish size, certainly for the room size, and has the usual Freeview channels. Not all of them, but sort of a good array of about 20 or so. There's a small cupboard, just with a couple of hanging coat hangers, 2 pieces of art. Now it's interesting, I've been in, as I said, a lot of these rooms over the past few weeks, and they all seem to have the same type of art. They have a motivational speech, motivational quote on one of the prints, and generally a tube map. Now this one is a curvy tube map. I've seen a circular tube map, and then a couple of other pictures as well, but it's quite nice to look at and everything, so it's not too bad. The room, you know, I mean the view, we'll go on to the view, and I keep the curtains closed simply because when you look out of this window, you're going to see the other side of the back of the other side of the hotel. So there's no street view from this window, and it's literally, as I sort of look out, as you can see very quickly, there is just the backs of the other hotel, so obviously just keep that closed all the time, so there's no view and no light even in the morning, because you don't really need that open with people looking out of their windows. Okay, so onto facilities. Plenty of plugs, loads of plugs. We've got plugs at the side of the bed, even down there on the floor, side of where I put my case, and there's a multitude of plugs on the back wall as well, so no shortage of plugs. Really good for that. Wi-Fi, I get this Wi-Fi complimentary because I'm a member of the rewards club for Holiday Inn, but normally it's quite expensive. I think it's something like £3 for about 4 hours. I think it's about £10 for 24 hours. It really is quite expensive if you're not a member of the rewards club, but you can join for free, so you can soon get it. And it's a decent Wi-Fi. I'm watching YouTube videos. I haven't tried Netflix yet, but I've been watching YouTube videos last night, and there's no problem with buffering. It's good enough just to run those, so it is a decent Wi-Fi. Room, obviously it's clean. It's just been refurbished, so it's painted in the usual bland colours, but at least it's all fresh and modern, you know, nice comfy room. Right, rating. If I was going to rate this room, where would I lose points? Because we start off with a 10. Where would I lose points? Certainly in the bathroom. I think the bathroom is far too small. It's nice to have a bath, but it's too small. I mean, I'm only 5'8", so I'm quite a small person in height. And when you sit in the bath, you can't stretch your legs out, even if you're in a sort of a sat upright. So it's too small. It probably is big enough just to have a shower area, but unfortunately they don't do that. They've decided to stay with the bath. So I would certainly knock a couple of points off for the bathroom, for it being too small, not a decent bath. Shower's okay, but there's no point in having a bath. And also, obviously, with it being so small, we'll just very quickly look back in there. With it being so small, I mean, sounds daft, but you know, if you use the toilet, then you need to have the door shut, or else you can hardly fit in there. So to me it's a too small bathroom. The room is definitely on the small side. You know, I've been in other rooms, and obviously not in this hotel because these are very similar, but in other hotels, and they're not normally get one as small as this for a double. So really we lost a good point for that, I would say, for being too small. So I would give a rating of 7. The price is, the rate I get is $195 a night. Generally the rate for is between 195. If it's busy, it can go out, you know, above the 200 mark, which to me is expensive. However, you are in London and you're near King's Cross. I mean, we're at the Holiday Inn, what they call Bloomsbury, but it's literally a 5-10 minute walk at the most to King's Cross from here, and St Pancras. So it's well situated. So yes, 7 out of 10 I think for the room. Obviously I've stayed here many times and will continue to stay here since I need this sort of area for work. So I'm happy with the hotel. I mean, the facilities downstairs, the breakfast that's included is, you know, as good as you'll get anywhere. The reception is very nice. Staff are very friendly. You know, can't knock it, but I still give the room a 7. Maybe if I get a bigger room at some stage, I can show that and it might bump the scores up. But thanks for now. Thanks very much for watching, and please check back if you want to see some more room reviews in the future. Thanks a lot. Bye.